clap your hands out there in the land.
Get on down, what you say?
Say what time?
I hope I don't need that B I knocked out of tune. Get on down. Get down. my nature rise.
Dance Power loves you. We love you.
And so it begins.
Save them.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to and welcome back, Jack. This is the Michael Butler Butz Show under quarantine conditions at the Sound Museum, and we are live. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe D-Vibes is lurking about. But right now, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the show, welcome back to the show, the one and only Nikki Glaspie. Yeah. Yes, welcome back, Nikki. Oh my goodness, how are you?
Doing great, man.
Good.
Can't complain.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm excited. You know, it's been a little while since I've put some time in with the show. It's like I did a 420 show, but
yeah,
you know, which was fun. I mean, it was like the real point of the 420 show was actually just to get really high on the broadcast. That was like the production
you could have called
meeting.
me in for that one.
Yeah, right. You know, it was weird. It was fun. But like, you know, we were just talking about all the bloops and bleeps and sweeps and creeps of getting like an internet signal going. And what really became funny was that during that show, it was being like Irie, sort of like I found all of those bleeps and sweeps were like harshing my mellow.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like it made me more vulnerable to like the stress of all that. But I'm really psyched to have this show, not just because I love you, but because you just improved your tech like right before we even started talking.
Yeah, right before we started because, okay, shameless plug. I'm doing a drum festival tomorrow, a virtual drum festival for Wheaty's birthday.
It's the greatest thing ever.
Simon's birthday. Tomorrow. Actually, now. It's
Happy birthday,
right
Weedy. We made it.
Happy birthday, Weedy. Okay?
Yeah.
And I was like doing a test run with him earlier. You know, my internet's like all the way in the living room.
Right.
And I'm in the west wing of the house, you know. And the internet didn't reach over here too well. So
right.
I just bought an extender. And yeah.
Plugged it in and
see me clearly now. I'm in my studio, and you know it's great.
I am reaping the benefits. The Butz Show thanks you.
I don't have to interrupt people watching TV and you know doing whatever they want to do. You know.
Yeah, right. You know, and that's just and that was the funny thing. I mean, the last broadcast anyone ever heard me do came from 420, where it was just like. You know, everything was running smoothly, and then I'd hear like an echo of myself, and I'd be like, damn it, would somebody put on a pair of headphones, or else I'm going to go crazy over here. It was like interrupted with bouts of Tourette's. Like,
yeah.
Oh, my God. But so, like, this is a real treat to start off the broadcast with something that's been tinkered with positively.
yeah.
And really, oh my God, like I'm still basking in the glow of like going back over our last conversation. It was the last time we talked, Nikki, it was like only a few days into this whole situation, and we were just piecing together all of it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I remember. I was like, when was the last time that we had a conversation? And yeah, it was in March sometime, right?
Yeah, it was probably. I mean, we can figure out the exact day of it, but it was like maybe.
It was early.
Yeah, it was. I think it was like the third show that I did, which was like officially the third show, but it was actually the fourth show. So the first show, it was like 4 days later. The first show was on St. Patrick's Day, that Tuesday. So this was probably that Thursday or Friday.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, and Dex was on the show.
Dex was still in Australia. That was like the first time we even like got into like his choices.
So wait, he's back. He made it back.
He made it back.
Yeah.
He sort of did his time in self-quarantine, and now we're gonna have to figure out what he's doing. But I think the Dex has adopted like an extreme morning schedule, and I never catch him late night anymore. So
I mean, he just came back from Australia, so it takes a minute, dude. You know, it's like he's flipped upside down. It's like I think it's like 13 hours or something like that.
It's like
13, 14
it's like a whole other
difference.
planet over there.
It's
like 2 hours away tomorrow. It's like crazy. It's like he was talking to us from the future, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I love going over there, but I really love coming back because that's like it's real time travel. You know,
right?
It's like you leave at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And you get home at 1 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Right,
like,
but you've been traveling all day, yeah.
Like,
you
how
went
did
backwards.
that happen? Like, I was on a plane for 24 hours. Like,
yeah, the only time I did that was Japan, and that was like the same thing. It was like a 10-hour trip in like 2 hours or something.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's really cool when you come back. It's not so great going there, you know, because you actually lose a day.
Right.
You know, it's like instead of a 24-hour trip, it's like a 36-hour trip.
Oh wow, good one. Good. I gotta give Cronin some props with the one-liner. He said Dex was always ahead of his time.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I like that.
Nice.
Ahead of his time. Anyway, so Nikki, a lot has changed in the last 60 days. You know what I mean? It's been basically like 2 months almost. I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean, people are saying it's like officially day 56 of quarantine.
All I know is that I've been home since March 12th.
Yeah, we're right there.
My last gig was March 7th. And that's like, I've never had this much time off. Ever in my career. Ever.
Since I've known you.
Ever.
Like even when you were in school.
Like even when I was in school.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, seriously. Out of control. It's so funny because I was talking to Nate Dogg today. Shout out to Nate Dogg.
Shout out to Nate Dogg. The Good Shepherd is minding his flock.
Yeah, and I was just like, dude. Well, he was like, man, people are gonna really be like, checking up on us. They're gonna be like, man, that dude didn't practice. Like he'd be all rusty when we come out. But you know what? BT said, we gotta stay ready. For when it's time. You know what I mean? When it is time to play gigs, we better rip. I know everybody's going to rip because they're going to have all this pent up,
Right. The emotion is just going to fuel it.
Or it's going to get out there and be like, ah!
Well, I think I was watching one of my old shows and I came up with the hashtag fuck curfew.
Yeah.
Because like wherever we're playing, it's like no one's going to be prepared to stop playing.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like when the clubs open up again, fuck curfew.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of unfinished business. It's gonna be like that.
It is. I feel like just for like the first month, like all across the United States, there should not. I mean, well, either way, there shouldn't be a curfew. But I feel like there should be. They should extend the hours. They should let the ragers rage.
Yeah, let the ragers rage. I actually I'm contemplating the next phase. Okay, because right now I know in Boston they have extended the shelter-in-place guideline because it's not an order per se, but they've extended the condition from May 4th now in another 2 weeks to May 18th, which makes which makes me think, we're going to keep renegotiating that another 2 weeks at a time. That's been the general norm. And they don't want to tell everyone that it's going to be till like the end of July or whatever it is, or however long it's really going to be. But at a certain point, when that condition changes, it might be a little bit more appropriate to start getting live bands to start getting together, perhaps in empty venues.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And live streaming from like locations, getting bands running from locations, and I'm even thinking from like theaters where you can even social distance everyone, like on a big stage.
Yeah.
Totally. So like hey, you got a trio right now, a power trio that like can really crush social distance, physical distancing on stage.
Yeah, no, totally.
Do you know what I mean? You can do that
super hard.
Why don't you like entertain like the notion of like a major drum platform, or like get like the Tommy Lee the Tommy Lee aerial rig.
Yeah, like a 12-slip platform. That'd be awesome.
Dude, I don't know if you ever saw it. I remember like Tommy Lee is like the guy who had famously like the rotating drum set that like spun.
Oh yeah.
Everyone saw that,
sure.
but like, okay, but maybe recently Motley Crue had like an even more like ridiculous
setup.
The roller coaster. Did you see how he got stuck at the top of the roller coaster? I mean, for the love of God. I mean, everyone sees that story and is affected by it, but like a drummer has to really like that just has to be the most craziest thing you ever even thought to see.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I would say this going back to your I guess you say it's a recommendation, or it's not an order. It's not an official.
It's not an order.
Okay, for people to stay inside.
Yeah.
So let's go on the other side of that. I'm in Texas, and they are opening the state back up, like Saturday.
Oy.
No, Friday.
Ugh.
This Friday.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Restaurants will be open, and like salons and whatever, and movie theaters. It's like, I don't know. I don't really know what's happening here, and I don't agree with it. I do not sign off.
Yeah.
But I'm in a red state, so Yeah. You know how that goes. They're like, oh, we got to get the economy going. I'm like, well, what about people that are sick? Like, have our numbers gone down? Or do we have less, people with the coronavirus, or are the numbers steadily going up?
Well,
pretty sure they're going up.
Yeah, it's a horrible mistake for everyone that's opening up right now. It is too soon. It's really going to cause the numbers that we've done what we could. We gave it a serviceable effort to flatten the curve, and we're abandoning that effort too soon. Now everyone's like giving up.
It's like, I don't get it, man. But I mean, of course I do. Obviously, it's all about money, and we haven't been making any, and they're like giving it away. Not really, but they're claiming to be giving it away. Still haven't gotten my check, but
Yeah, well, same, but I know that it's on its way. I have a date. I do have a date on my stimulus check. Finally.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Yeah, but I mean,
Texas is like really messed up right now. Like, you can't even file for unemployment. Like, there's been so many people trying to file every day that the servers are crashing. You call and the phone's busy, the line's busy.
Well,
it's just like insanity.
Word to the wise, I would invite you to investigate It goes by PUA, Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. That's a federal thing, and you'll get it. You're gonna get it. You apply for it. At this point, they've opened it up to the 1099 worker, and if you're pandemic unemployment assistance. It's good. It's working out for musicians. Let anyone who can qualify for that, I recommend looking into it because it is your friend right now, especially the working musician.
Yeah.
I'm not only the president, but I'm also a client.
Proud card carrying member.
Oh man, I mean, this has been such an adventure. You know, just right out of the chute, we didn't know what it was going to be, and we just put our head down and just said, I'm going to do something until whatever. And then eventually we started to breathe, and we took days off, and then it's like we took too many days off. It's like
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm still on staycation.
Right. I'm trying to do things like figure out like ways of putting in place normalcy. Like
you have to. If you come up with like a daily schedule, I think that helps a lot. You know what I mean? It's like you dedicate this much time to this and that and the other. And you try and get like a schedule going, some type of normalcy.
Yeah, for a couple days. I mean, actually, I think the whole time I've basically been maintaining, like before noon. That's fair, but it's been really early most of the time. But without fail, it's like the longest stretch, like that I've been off. But like, it's the longest stretch that like I've actually woken up before noon, and like without fail, I've been waking up and like having a bowl of oatmeal and a cup of coffee.
That's awesome.
Like every day, just to sort of like that's daytime.
Yeah, that's daytime.
It's like I have to teach myself.
That is daytime. I mean, dude, I'm still not there yet. Like,
yeah.
I get up between 3 and 4 p.m.
in the beginning, Nikki, I was getting up at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
I was waking up and then doing this show, and then I'd be up all night, like jamming and doing fun things.
Right. That's awesome.
But that would be like the beginning of my day. I'd do the show, and then I'd be up doing like the things that we like to do when we're up.
Yeah.
Because that's generally like the fun time. I mean, I usually should be up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I know. Same here. I mean, and it's Jazz Fest right now.
Oh my God.
So my body is like definitely confused.
Yeah. Are you still like looking at
yearly thing?
Right. Are you still looking at your schedule and like Xing off like the commitments one at a time? It's like, there goes the Howlin' Wolf
calendar here, but like I haven't been crossing anything off. I've just been like shedding one tear like for every gig that passes. I'm like, oh man.
Yes.
But yeah, my body is like, dude, like what is happening? Like, let the ragers rage.
Right. I'm starting to have like these twitches every now and again, like a revolution. Like I know that I'm not going anywhere and I have no plans, but it's just every now and then I'll be sitting on my couch and I'll just stand up out of nowhere and be like, what am I doing? Where am I going? What's happening? What am I doing? What's going on? What's happening? Who am I talking to? What's going on?
Like, what's good?
Something needs to happen right now.
Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
Time to go. Let's go.
Yeah, it's hard not to go stir crazy.
A little bit.
But whatever it is, the key is being creative.
Yeah, it's like my big outing, for the week is the grocery store. But it's like go to the grocery store. You can't go to any other store.
Yeah,
that's about to change here, but I'm still staying in because I'm not going to be out there with all those people.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
No, it doesn't make sense yet. And that's the thing. And that plays into what I'm saying is that the thing that I end up doing is, I treat going to the store like it's like, I'm right out of like an end of days movie. Like I dress up like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. I have like
Right.
I have like I have a mask. I have like a couple scarves. I pull like another whole face mask over all the masks and scarves. And I go in there, and I was explaining this to somebody the other day where it's like, yeah, and I'm driving, and I can't see well because I do all that, and then I put sunglasses over it, and the sunglasses fog up, and I can't really see when I'm driving. And they're like, well, what are you doing? You're out of your mind. You don't need to do that. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is fun. You know, I'm having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, this is how I'm getting through. It's like I dress up for the end of the world. I go to the market, and I'm like I put like wipies in each hand. You know, I wipe everything down. I'm just like I'm like avoiding people like the plague.
Yeah, literally. Because that's what it is.
That's kind of what it is.
Yeah. Yep. And then you got to disinfect everything before it comes in the house. It's like a crazy.
That's a whole other thing
routine, you know?
that I'm not doing enough of is like wiping down like each banana.
Wiping down the stuff. It's
like
it's essential. I heard a rumor today from my neighbor that like there's a grocery store like right down the street from us.
Yeah.
That like 3 of the workers were diagnosed with coronavirus.
Oh God.
And that one of them passed away. Yeah. And it's like, okay, that's like right down the street. I go to that grocery store, not too often, but I was in there, you know, like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
It doesn't really fill you with, inspire you with confidence to go shopping there.
No, definitely not. And I'm like, if they worked there, they definitely touched, you know, at least, I don't know, 7% of the stuff that's in the store.
Well, all I know is that, you know, when in the beginning, when they were talking about, well, it was discovered at this building, it's like, shut down the building, you know, seal it off.
Down.
And now I don't know. Yeah, right. I don't know what they're saying now, but if they're not saying that, then they're not saying enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that I heard they were building buildings down in China. You know, it was just like that, you know, people weren't saying anything. I mean, but we know how, I don't know if everyone knows how the media is out there, but when you go out there, there's certain websites that like you just can't go to, you know, the government like controls everything over there. Like, I went to Tiananmen Square and, wow. You know, there's nothing about, you know, what happened there. If you type it in on the internet, right. There is absolutely nothing at all. It's like,
I'll bet that's something that Americans do. They're used to that. When they come over there, they're just like, yeah, like there goes another American Googling it. Yeah, they do this.
Yeah, they're like, there's another one. Because, I mean, you don't actually believe that that's real. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, there's lots of stuff that, like, you just can't. And, I mean, I experienced that in other countries, too. Like, in Dubai, you know, you can't watch porn. There's, like, no porn, you know?
Huh.
Like, there's just, like, all kinds of stuff that, like, you can't, that does not exist, you know? So I actually heard that they were burning buildings down, and it's like, all right, if they're doing that, then there's something that they're not telling us that, like, we don't know. Like, if the virus was in the building, you're burning it down.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's you know.
I mean, I mean, I don't know if we would know if they weren't telling us that was happening. I mean, I say this all the time, is that the one thing that you can count on in life is that you don't know what you don't know. So, yeah. You know, like if that was happening and we didn't know, we wouldn't know. So, like, we don't know.
No. I heard it through the grapevine, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, something going on there. But, I mean, you know, if you dig far enough, especially the access that we have, I feel like America is the exact opposite of that. Like, everything is put on the internet, even if it's not true. You know what I mean?
Oh, God, everything, especially if it's not true, you can find it on the internet.
Especially if it's not true, you can find it. You know?
Like truth is in hard supply these days.
Yeah, that is true.
That, my friends, is true. You know, speaking of porn, there was actually a story I noticed today that was about a Cambridge city like council meeting Zoom that was Zoom bombed, I think was the expression. Because they opened it up to like a public comments section. So like in the Cambridge City Commons Zoom, someone Zoom bombed it with porn.
Wow. That's amazing.
And it's a thing now. Look at this. He's Googling it, but now it's Zoom bombing hijacks online class meetings in Massachusetts, the FBI
Oh,
warns.
wow.
This
That's
is a thing.
terrible.
Zoom
It's
bombing.
Like, you can't do that to kids, man, you know? It's like
This
they
is
can't,
wrong.
They can't unsee it.
No,
you know?
I know. This is like the Fight Club culture. You know what I mean? With like people who would be splicing things into like your movie, your family movie picture.
Yeah,
It's like I don't think people care. You know what I mean? It's like
No, they don't.
a good goof is a good goof.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing about this generation of kids is that, you know, parents don't know how to restrict the internet appropriately. So like the kids are poking around on the internet in places they shouldn't be, and then there are pop-up windows, you see. There are these things that, like, you know, if you're trying to stream a movie for free, all of a sudden you're going to get, that seems fairly innocent enough. I want to watch Moana, okay? We don't have Disney Plus. So let me see if I can find a website that streams it for free. And,
You're right.
and then they do that, and then pop-up window, oh my God, what the hell did I just see?
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's, so I feel like that has to have happened. That's the frightening thing, is that the kids have all seen something that they haven't bargained for way before we ever did.
For years.
Yeah.
It's been happening for years. I mean, that's been happening before the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that happened to me before the internet.
But it's worse because the internet is so accessible, and like the kids are younger and younger these days that like know how to use it. You know,
Right.
It's like 5-year-olds can use the internet.
Yeah, well, I remember like when me and the buddies like, you know, get our, you know, find the first, like, so one of us like finds a porno, like finds like a Playboy or something.
Magazine.
Right. It's like a Playboy mag, and then they share it with you, and then you're like, guys, look at this, and you're like, oh my God. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's like as exciting as all that anymore. I think maybe that whole like ceremony is perhaps lost because everyone's like, oh Jesus, I saw that.
It's definitely lost. I mean, I feel like they come across it way earlier, and it's just like, you know, it's not something that you share, you know? I mean, it's not just because they're all coming across it like their own way, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, you can't like just like pass it around. But what's crazy is, I'm like, we're getting deep into this.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
This
is another subject.
Right, thankfully.
I was like reading this article that was saying that kids nowadays, I guess like young men from the age of 15 to 20, like have problems getting erections, like when you know they're actually trying, like in the act of having sex, because they've been completely overstimulated, you know, by watching porn on the internet, that like they can't actually do the thing.
Right, and plus it doesn't like have the feel that they're used to of what they see on the internet. It's not the same. People don't behave that way in reality.
Yeah, people don't do that.
You know what I mean? I mean, maybe some people do. I
know what you mean. This is like the situations and like whatever, you know.
It's like, wait a minute,
but
why
to me,
isn't she? Why isn't she saying all of those things? You know, that I usually hear.
It's insane, actually. You know, to think about the fact that, you know, because Divine,
he's in there.
You know, that because they have been like overexposed and overstimulated, that like they can't actually like gain an erection. Like that's just crazy to me.
Oh.
Yeah, you walked into a conversation here, D-Vibes.
He's like, whoa.
Yeah, I think Vibes is like old school in that regard. No one had to teach him nothing. He just sort of showed up, and you know, everything was ready to go, I would imagine. You know,
you know, it says, "Be ye also ready."
Yeah. You know, and I wouldn't doubt it. I would think that there's a lot of strange side effects from having like become too mature too fast intellectually. Like, I think I know that like for example, like my brother with his kids has done like a very good job at sort of like keeping a lot of advanced sort of concepts away from them, like in their first like 10 years, let's say.
Yeah.
And like
it's important to do because they don't understand the information that's coming at them. Like they can't even process. It's like they're trying to develop their own personality and things that are going on with the brain. Like the brain is still actually developing.
Right.
Like itself. So there's no way for them to, decipher the information that's coming in,
Yeah. I mean, and it's, and right. It's like, I have a real tough time with that one because I think in a lot of ways, kids are ready for deeper truths than we get them credit for early. And like they could actually, be in better position to make use of their, their own confidence in their own perspective when it's empowered at the earliest of possible ages. When you start giving the kid the knowledge that they have the power to understand things that you understand, and
well, yes and no, because I mean developmentally, there's been science done that like before you're 10. Or after you're 10 years old, like you figure out your, what's it called? Like attachment personality. Right. You know what I mean? It's like there are certain things that like your brain is not doing before a certain age. And it's like, yeah, you can try and explain things to kids and they're like, yeah, I understand. Right. But like they don't understand it on the level that you do because obviously, you've lived through situations and your brain is more developed. You have an adult brain,
right?
So,
I mean, I was a fool, in all through my 20s.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It doesn't really change until like a little bit later. I was talking about that with my dad. I was like reflecting on a performance I gave when I was like 18 years old of like a very complex Sinatra tune. But I'm like, I'd like to see it now with my old mind thinking that like, whatever I did there was like the work of a kid using a lot of natural ability that was not refined. But like the way I put it to my dad was like most of what I did on the stage at that age was pure chutzpah is the word.
Yeah.
It was just guts, just getting on that stage and just doing it just with the impetus that I knew what I was doing when I did it. Because you couldn't possibly know anything until you get a little bit wiser in the way of the world. But I guess what I'm getting at with the kids is honestly, like I always tend to believe, like especially at a young age, what they can do is they are very sophisticated when it comes to sizing you up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, they size you up the same way that you and I size people up when in a glance. Like, when we look at someone, we meet someone, it's like, oh, okay, I see I see who you are. And they're very sophisticated, and when adults put on an act, they will, like, they do
They'll
not...
call you out.
Every time.
They will call you, like, kids have, like, the ultimate truth. Like...
Yeah, they know something.
They have, like, that, so they don't have the filter to say, "Oh, I can't say that." They'll
exactly.
Just say, right. They'll say the first thing that comes to mind and be like, "Well," and look at you like, "Well, what am I supposed to do? I didn't know."
Right. That's the thing. And I guess what I'm saying is, if you cater to that a little bit, if you like somehow instill the fact that like you're right to be like paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I notice that you're paying attention, because like I feel like I have that bond with my nephew, because like when he was really young, I caught him paying attention a few times.
Yep.
And like when someone was saying something that wasn't quite accurate, like I could see that he kind of wanted to cut in and and like say something about it, and I was like, I gave him like one of these, like I see you right now, like you don't have to say it, like you don't have to say it because you'll be showing someone else up right now.
Yep.
But like it's cool that you are keeping score over there. It bodes well for you, and like I've referred back to those moments. Like now that he's like a little bit older, but he's still young. Oh, and guess what, Nikki? My nephew has Pocket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my brother's kid is studying drums. Like he's serious. He jams with my brother all the time.
That's awesome.
And he's ready for lessons.
That's awesome.
He's ready to meet.
Tell him to hit me up, man.
Yeah, he's ready to meet Aunt Nikki.
I got my drums right there.
Let's talk about it. How goes your home studio? So now you've juiced up your internet and your Zooms are about to improve.
Yep, I've juiced up my internet. Yeah, Zoom is improving. I just busted out my wood block for my left foot clave.
Ooh.
Oh, sick.
And I'm about to start shedding super hard. I got a bunch of cables over here and stuff, but can I turn this around?
Yeah. Hey, are we? I wonder if we're gonna hear from Weedy.
I don't know.
Because we can start talking about him.
No. See, look at this.
Oh.
It switched.
Yeah.
Down.
Sick. So you got recording capability at the crib?
Yep.
You just track drums? Oh, yeah.
I got drums. I just got this guitar amp.
Hey Nikki, can you tilt your phone sideways? I think that's gonna solve everything. Will it bring Vibes' head back? I know. I think Vibes' head is out of the frame.
Yeah. Sorry,
somehow you guys, yeah. Oh, there he is. We got him.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, I'm gonna send you some stuff, Nikki. I've been cooking up some funk.
That's what's up. Send it to me.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, BPM, and I got it. Got everything in here.
That's great.
Clutch.
So let's talk. So yeah, I was just gonna say. So maybe if Weedy's not here, we can still talk about him. It's his birthday. He's doing a birthday drum festival with all kinds of people. Like Pedrito Martinez was one of those guys. Spud is there. You're gonna be there.
Yep. Bobby Annandale.
Yes.
And then Weedy said he's gonna try and join now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're I think he's gonna jump in now. So. Yeah, so he's got a whole lineup. I can actually go to his page and pull that up, but I think it starts, gets cracking. I think at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, Dart. I can't say his name. Dartanon Kamada.
Yeah, this is what we need Weedy for, definitely.
We got Siddiqui Dembele.
Oh.
And then Pedrito and Sput, me,
Yeah.
Bobby Allende, and then Weedy.
I think he's done it.
It's about to be lit.
Yeah,
That's a lituation right there.
A lituation.
He said a lituation. That's so funny.
Yes, I believe that is Allende, Johnny Durkin. Johnny, I don't know. I think you. I hope there's a way for you to get involved with it. Because I'm looking at his page now, and as of 58 minutes ago, which was maybe at midnight. As of when the clock struck midnight, registration went closed. So there we go.
Yeah.
So there we go. So I don't know. We'll talk to Weedy and see if we can get some.
You can still sign up. You just send an email.
Yeah, we're gonna get him in there.
You can still sign up for
maybe,
it.
Yeah, maybe if you mention my show, he'll sneak you in.
Yeah, right.
That'll be your code word. Say Butz sent you. Butz, Nikki, D Vibes. You can mention any of us. Should get you in at the door.
To get you in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, it's like hit Nikki on the side. She'll get you that link.
Yep. just DM me.
You can Zoom bomb. It's a good thing the registration closed before we told people they could Zoom bomb.
Oh no, it's gonna be private, so they don't know.
Yeah, right. Well, not if they like extort the link on the side from you, break it off.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Something happened. Oh, do we not hear them or something?
You hear me?
Yeah.
You still hear?
We can't see it, but we can hear you. Well, I mean,
I can see D vibes. It's because I got that good internet.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah, there's D vibes. Yeah, let's shrink them all down because I think if you sent him you sent Weedy the link, then he can.
Oh wait, I think I need the new link.
It's the same link, isn't it? It's the same link.
No, because Lammy sent me a different one.
He did? It's the same link.
Let's see.
I sent you. I sent you a link. Did you send her a link? She didn't send you a link. He's saying he didn't send you nothing. I sent you a link. I texted you the link.
You texted me the link.
Yeah, I think see?
All right. So, wait, how do I?
I don't know. I'll tell you. I'm retexting you the link. That's it. And you can break them off a little something. And we'll get the bishop up in here.
Yep.
Maybe we can talk a little about we'll get topical and talk a little bit about the Nth Power and, how it was that you came up with nicknames. I love that. It's always been a thing with you guys.
I don't know what's happening here.
What happened? Oh, you don't know?
Oh, hold on.
But I see your phone flipping around. It does look good. Either way is working right now.
Okay, it's working. This is working. Did you you resent it. All right.
Well, the thing about D Vibes, he's looking up, but the thing about Vibes that we've learned now is I think he plays Xbox while he does the show.
I just started playing Xbox.
That's the new secret. I figured out.
I'm multitasking.
So now we know where he goes.
Games for months, you get a video game and quarantine. It's like
I'm always paying attention, even when I'm half asleep and Vibes is letting in little tidbits. He's like, "Oh well, yeah, I'll do the show, but I might be playing Xbox."
That's funny.
I'm like, oh, well, I guess that's probably means that he's usually playing Xbox, doesn't it?
I just got it a couple days ago.
I have one of those. Okay.
I just got 2K.
See, somehow I thought that the Xbox was negatively affecting. When I thought for a second that you didn't want to use an Ethernet cable because the Ethernet cable's plugged into your Xbox.
Oh no!
And you're choosing the Xbox over the show, as far as where the internet service goes.
Well, I got to download 2K and
that was the case. See, that was the case that I was working on in my mind. That D Vibes is doing shit with his Xbox that is messing with the internet service and holding my show hostage.
I'm not even playing online right now. Right now.
It's good Vibes. I don't care what you do. It's good. It's just, this is the way it is. It's the show is going to be what the show is. If anyone thought that I was going to do so what is drum playing to you, Nikki, type of interview tonight, you were sadly mistaken. This was me catching up with Nikki because we're two people who are really still needed to check in and who are still just getting used to this idea that we talked a couple months ago and we were just getting used to the idea then, and a couple months later I'm still getting used to this idea.
Yeah. Hey Nikki, I got a question. Have you heard the electric spanking of war babies?
Yes.
I would imagine. I would hope so.
Yes.
I have been listening to that record so much. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's like that's a deep cut, you know. That's the thing. There's like so many, there's so many P-Funk records and subsidiaries of P-Funk. All these different bands like Sweatband,
Yeah.
Mutiny,
Jerome Bradley, yeah. Quasar.
Frankenstein. Like there's so many. That's super dope.
Yeah, the Brides of Funkenstein might have been the funkiest. Some of those live shows were just so tight. It's crazy.
Yeah. You know what? Birdie is actually the theme song for Nikki Glaspie and the Homies.
Whew,
That's their theme song. We play that every gig. We play that song. And it's funny because I don't even really know how it happened. I was just like, this is gonna be the one song that we play every month. And but you know, it's like I get to play with Skeet, you know, because he plays in the I was about to say the Sam Kenninger band. It's with Maceo Parker. So he, you know, wrote that song. And I told him one day, I was like, dude, I'm playing your song. You know?
That's
awesome. Excited. He's like, you playing Birdie live? It was like, I don't even think anybody's played that song live.
Right. Well, I mean,
it's so funky.
Hey,
especially like they get to like that B section with the like the ahs.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some crazy chords right there.
Yeah. No, it's super cool too because that section actually only goes around 3 times. So it's like not even, you know? It's like and then ooh.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what's happening? You think it's about to round out? No, it's not.
Just goes to a whole nother planet.
So wait, wait, Lammy, are you pulling up D Vibes' Xbox feed?
Wait, he could probably do that. I mean,
yeah.
If you want my gamer tag, it's D Vibes Funk on Xbox One.
Can we actually do that? I mean, why not change the game here? I mean, it's like, you know what? They say that like gaming videos are popular. Like we're trying to come up with like a strategy by which to like come up with a presence on Twitch.
Yes,
Twitch TV is a new platform for video streaming, and what's good about it, and I actually am planning on, and this is a good time to announce this, why not? On Twitch, we can actually, like, you know, for the time being, run some, like, you know, fusion records and stuff that might not be, you know, that might get censored on the Facebook algorithm, can actually get played on Twitch. So I might, like, do an after party from the show, keep the broadcast going when I sign off on Facebook. It'll continue on Twitch, and I will be spinning some stuff maybe that I can't spin on Facebook for a little while.
Yeah, that's weird.
And whatever my Twitch account is, we'll post a link to it when I go off the air, and you know, for a minute we'll still be in both places. I think we're there now, aren't we?
Yeah, that's sick, man. Yeah, my homegirl just hit me to Twitch, like not like we were just talking about that like today. Yeah,
it's the place to be, and you know who's really pushing this, and I really got to give him credit for it, is Chris Royal. Has been saying, everyone, it's nonsense on Facebook. Like, we should all be streaming to Twitch. He's like, I'm DJing there all day. You're all like, you're all suspect for not following me. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like you don't support me. You don't show love. You don't do nothing. You're not on Twitch watching me DJ right now. You're not moving your own stuff to Twitch. He's like, everyone should be moving your own stuff to Twitch. We should be following me on Twitch. Or else, you know, you're false. So yeah, I mean, if you want to see what's going on now, I mean, theoretically, if you go to twitch.tv/BUTZ show, you'll see what you're seeing now.
Oh, it's on there?
Yeah, you'll see what you're seeing now there. I mean, theoretically,
That's
I stream live to Facebook as well as YouTube and Twitch. So we're experimenting with all this. Yeah, it looks like it's going on over there. So yeah, and I'm gonna cut the feed to Facebook at a certain point, but leave the feed to Twitch running. Cut the feed to Facebook and YouTube, and then we'll have a little after party over there. I mean, it's an experiment.
Yep.
Wait, do we have a third person coming in?
Yeah, I'm trying to get Weedy on here.
You see the spacing? Is there's like a third icon of? Oh, that's Nick. That's Nikki Glassbeat. That's what that's short for.
Oh.
Right. She's got right. Your camera's going, but
I should just text you his number. So you can send him the link. Do you have Weedy's number?
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel naked up there. Yeah, thank you. That's good to get that Howard Stern donated logo up there. Of course, thank you to the art department at the Stern Show. You guys are great. What did I see about Howard? Oh, speaking of Howard, Howard is in a little hot water now in the modern climate. Like back in the day, Howard used to be able to say whatever the hell he wanted and say, yeah, who really cares? You know?
Yeah.
But now people are starting to say, hey, what do you mean? Howard said, wow, it would be really great if, Donald Trump, actually, told his fans, told all his supporters to, shoot up, some Clorox, and they all did it, and they all killed themselves.
It was terrible.
Well, yeah, it sounds like something that a host of a radio show should be able to say on his radio show.
I got a letter from Donald Trump in the mail.
What did he have to say to you, D-Vibes?
He was at.
That's fancy with the red, by the way. Good.
Let's see.
Oh.
He's like, here's what he said on March 27, 2020. Congress passed with overwhelming bipartisan support the coronavirus relief and the Economy Security Act, CARES Act, which I probably signed into law.
Proudly.
I want to thank you, the United States House of Representatives and the United States Senate, for working so quickly with my administration. Which is the best.
Blah, blah, blah.
No, this is the best. Wow.
To fast track this $2.2 trillion in much needed economic relief to the American people.
Wow.
Well, all right. There he goes, the Donald, and of course, he mentions thank you for your patience, waiting an extra couple weeks while they get the name on all the checks. My name has to be on the checks. We had to pull your checks were ready to mail, but we pulled them back.
If they didn't get you a check with your name on it, with his name on it, they're sending you this.
Right.
Wow.
Drumpf, that's what that spells. Yes.
This is the weirdest signature I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I believe that the Trump signature has his family name is actually Drumpf with a PF at the end, and I believe that he keeps the PF in the signature. I believe that little thing at the end is actually supposed to be the PF from Drumpf. Breath.
Oh man, the only PF I like is PF Chain.
There you go, D-Vibes.
Dude, man.
The simple pleasures, people are, we're musicians. We want to get back to our gigs, but some of us just want to get back to the Chinese restaurant.
Hey man,
it's because you
right. Express a couple days ago, some shrimp fried rice. That drink was smacking.
You can get the shrimp fried rice, but you can't get the scorpion bowl. That's the problem.
I don't want no scorpion bowl no good day.
That's so
you're
funny.
missing out, Vibes. You're missing out. So, all right, Nikki, I know it was your plan. Speaking of dinner, you were trying to eat some.
Yeah. Yep. It's about that time.
Yeah. So wait a minute. Maybe we can see if we can engineer a tag off to Weedy. I see you gave me the place where I can send him the thing. So we'll do a tag off, or I mean, we'll dial him in. If he shows up, he shows up. We'll talk to him. We talk to you.
Yeah, if he shows up, he got
we'll
plenty
talk to him.
say.
We do. That's good. But Nikki,
We'll have a great conversation with Weedy.
yeah, if you want to jump out here, I wouldn't hold it against you.
Yeah, I can send you that video to play.
Yeah, I got that. Why don't we play that, a little video of you and Weedy? We'll see if Weedy shows up. If not, me and D Vibes are going to talk about my new renewed effort at getting Jimmy Fallon in the ring.
Awesome.
Because just to get you up to speed, I have challenged since the last time we talked on the air. I actually, when I listened to that show, it was like the early stages of me realizing that what we were doing here was better than what he was doing on his quarantine show. I had more to work with over here. And
got Lammy.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
I got Lammy, and there's exactly. I got Lammy. I got an electric piano, a set of drums, bass guitar, electric guitar, mandolin, organ. What else do I see in here? Percussion. Many amplifiers, kalimba.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go, man.
Yeah, we got a lot of things. Okay, so. So since that moment, since that's all happened, I actually have, whether he knows it or not, he's been challenged by me to a battle where we're going to compete in doing impressions of singers in song.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, he can pick whatever singers he wants.
He can pick whoever he wants.
Whoever he wants.
Because you're that good.
Because I will beat him.
Because I will beat him.
And that's what it is. And I have ultimate confidence because I am hungry, okay?
Yep.
I've waited my whole life for just a scrap. And even today, I've noticed that he put out this video of a song he wrote, which, he basically rips off Adam Sandler's, writing style, one of these sad sack, I'm going to sing a pouty song with 3 chords, and it'll be, all, tongue-in-cheek and, emo, but, cutesy, but sentimental. It's it's one of these things where I'm going to, ironically sing poorly. And, whatever, dude. I'm just okay. And it's all about how he's cracking. How he's kind of cracking. He's getting stir-crazy, but, I'm getting stir-crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's a multi-millionaire who's got his wife and 2 beautiful children around him.
He's got toys.
He's paid in the shade. His head's grown 2 sizes in the last couple of years. He's so paid. He's retaining water right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at him and he's cracking. You know what I mean? No. No, I'm cracking.
No, you're not cracking.
He's making light of a situation. There are other people who are struggling right now, a lot more than him. Well, listen, I have a lot of respect for some of the things he's doing because, I think the only way I'm going to get him in the ring is I have to good cop and bad cop him. I've become good cop and bad cop. I'll dog him into the ring, and then I'll be hey, no, I respect you, bro. I respect you. Let's have a respect battle and entertain the people. We're all just trying to entertain the people.
And then hit him with a steel chair.
Exactly, D Vibes. Vibes is waiting behind him with a steel chair. Okay, it's like that.
There you go.
He wants Quest love. He's got Quest. He's gonna take Quest out of the equation. But I think my theory is Quest is just gonna let me have at it because. He knows. He knows it's my time. He knows I'm with him.
Yep.
Yep. We're on the same side in all this.
Yep.
So anyway, Nikki, I'm gonna let you go because I could keep you here all night. Regale you with my strategy, but I'm gonna. But maybe I'll just see you from the Tonight Show stage. Yes. When I get there, I'm just gonna be like, "Hi, Nikki."
Yep.
Anyway, I love you. Let's talk again soon. I want to talk about actually before you go, really quick. let me know a little bit about some of these other projects. Like I know, like your Beyonce band, like has had like an album release maybe like a week or two ago.
We released a single
A single.
a month ago, actually, March 27th. We released a single that we did at this place in San Francisco. It's called the Women's Audio Mission, which is really cool. It's this studio that's like dedicated to training like women engineers, you know, basically to make the studio a less threatening place, you know, because there's been lots of, you know, reports about, you know, sexual abuse in studios, and it happens more often than people know.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And it's something that, you know, we're trying to bring to light. But, you know, we feel as though if women are running the sessions, you know, it's a less, you know, likely situation that will happen, you know, because females in the driver's seat. You know?
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
Yeah. So we did a recording there at that place. And it was pretty awesome. The recording turned out great. And yeah, just go grab it, check it out. It's called Higher. And it's called the OGs. You see this this drum head behind me?
Yes.
Yeah,
the OGs. I love that.
That's the name of the band. And
That's great.
It's on iTunes and Spotify and everything.
Wonderful. And if there's anything else that you want to mention as far as things that you put out there, I feel like right around the time of that there was like 2 or 3 things that you put out.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, so the same day actually was an album release with Alex Massa, and it's called Alex Massa Plays Well with Others. So it was it's actually a trio record. It's Alex, Brian Haas, and I. And no, you guys know Brian Haas. Amazing keyboard player and all around human. He's just like hilarious too. He's like one of the funniest people I've met, and he's a person I love like spending time with and hanging out with. And so yeah, it's all, most of it actually it's not. It is it's like written music, but I had not heard it until we recorded it that day. Which was funny. I was like, so what are we doing? And they had like all these charts, and I was like, oh, like we're okay. Like we're playing songs. Because normally I'm in another band with Brian Haas. It's called Tefra Sound. Okay. And it is it's an experimental, improvisational band. And it's really fun and awesome because we don't prepare. There's like no preparation. Most of my musical career has been about preparation. Like rehearsing for like 2 months and then to do one show, you know what I mean? It's like there's no actual musical preparation, but it's like, if one person eats mushrooms, then we all eat mushrooms. You know what I mean? So it's like that is the preparation.
That's the preparation.
We try to, all be in the same place, mentally, and then we go and play and we connect in that manner, So it's a lot of fun.
Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah, but that's pretty much what I got going on. I'm just like at the crib trying to be creative. I got this guitar amp that I'm really excited about. Anybody who's talked to me in the past 2 weeks have heard about this guitar amp.
Okay.
Nice.
All I've been doing is playing guitar because it sounds so good.
And that's just what it is.
What type of amp is it?
It's a hot rod. It's a Fender. It's at 212s. It's pretty big. I'll show it to you.
All right.
There she is.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got some cheers out of Lammy. Lammy's an ampsman. That's what he does.
That's nice and clean. Sounds great.
Like yeah.
I got the Verb on there. Verb's popping.
Nice.
And it has the tremolo on there too, right?
Yeah, I got everything. But it's cool. I just like put a 57 right there on the speaker. Good to go.
Cool. Well,
Yep.
that's. I look forward to hearing all that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. If there's nothing else, I mean, like I don't want. I feel like irresponsible for keeping you because I know that we've been trying to get you fed.
Yep. I'm about to go eat some pasta. Just made some sauce.
Well, that's good. We'll go to following D Vibes' Xbox game because I really do think we're onto something here. We're trying to find strategies to be successful on something like Twitch, and if the kids are really into watching someone play video games these days, well then
with the
why not?
keyboard behind you.
Yeah, why not leave D Vibes active in the corner of my screen playing a game that people can follow? If I'm not interesting to them, if then they can easily just follow along with D Vibes innocently in the corner. And if I'm not interesting to D Vibes, everyone they can all just follow along with D Vibes' Xbox game. I literally have something for everybody.
You know what? I don't even have an Xbox or a PlayStation or any type of gaming system. There was a PlayStation 2 that we had in the van for a minute.
Larry.
And that was fun for a second, but then it just took up too much space. You know what I mean? It's we need space for our legs. Let's get rid of this box. Got games in it and a PlayStation. Whatever.
Yeah,
but yeah,
right before quarantine.
Very soon.
Yeah, right before quarantine, I was at a thrift store and I found an old Sega Genesis that I bought.
Wow.
But I still haven't been able to get any games for it. So I'm quarantined with a Genesis and no games. It's a real drag.
Oh, you need games.
I need games.
Man, I know I have some somewhere.
And I feel like it's unethical for me to use my stimulus on Sega on Sega games.
Right.
You gotta stimulate your mind, man. Stimulate your mind.
Actually, I think now don't they have those cartridges that have multiple games on one? I know they have that for the old Nintendo. Yeah. I'm assuming that they would have that for the Sega.
Well, now they have these modern mock-up Segas that have all the Sega games built in.
Oh yeah.
But it's not the original thing. I feel like that there's something wrong with the action. The action.
Yeah, man, it's analog versus digital.
Right. Yeah. No. You can't fool me. I was there. I know how this thing is supposed to play. It's like the Matrix when they rebuilt what tasty weed is supposed to taste like, but it doesn't really taste like that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
And that was
I'll holler at you guys.
All right, Nikki.
See you guys later.
Love you. Talk to you soon.
Love you, Nikki.
All right. Peace.
Nikki Glaspie, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace out, Lammy.
You can see Nikki tomorrow at some point. There goes Lammy.
Yep, Weedy Drum Festival.
What time is your set?
My set is at 5 p.m. Eastern Time.
5 p.m. Eastern. That's when you'll find
It'll
Nikki.
be very similar to this. I'll be talking the whole time. No, I'm kidding.
Johnny wanted to hear more about your left foot clave. I think that's the place for it. It's 5 o'clock at Wheaties Drum Fest.
Clave? Yeah, that's it right there.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it. That's it right there.
Left foot.
That was just a tease. I just got excited.
Yep.
I just got excited.
All right, well, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
There you go. You want more of that? You want the rest of the limbs? You got to tune into Wheaties broadcast tomorrow.
Yep. So if you email WheatyDrumFestival@gmail.com,
just
sign up.
Yeah, and say Butz and Nikki said it wasn't too late.
And also, if you just want to take my class, you can do that. It's $20.
There you go.
And then if you want the whole day, it's $100. But if you just want, 3 or 4 classes, I can't remember exactly what it is.
Right.
It's there's a $20 tier, $50 tier and a $100 tier.
I mean, there's some legends, and like, and that was kind of like what I was hoping Weedy could really break down tonight is like these individual guys, because I don't know who all of them are, and he could really do the best justice breaking it down. And
oh yeah, for
regardless, I'm gonna get him on soon. I know he's super busy and was working on getting everything right for this tomorrow.
Yeah, he's working on getting it happening right
so
now.
his plan was to be here, but literally he's been working on this all day.
Yeah.
So much props to Weedy. We're going to play that drum solo the two of you took coming out to this. So, Nikki, thank you. And listenership, stick around. We're going to play a video, and we're going to come back on the other side.
All right. See you guys.
Bye-bye, Nikki. And here we go. This is the Nth Power, Weedy and Nikki conversing. Yeah, we can hear you. Hey, Vibes, you know when I say hello. I wait till now. Now, once Alto
Can't hear
glide, you can't hear me.
There you go. Now I can.
Oh, okay. Because Alto Glide was playing. I wait till the melody to kick in. This time around, Vibes, you know how long that takes.
There we go.
Yeah. No, I know. I think I was muted. Hey, we're all good. I think we're trying to dial Weedy in, or maybe it's working. I think maybe not going through. He keeps saying it's not going through. Yeah. Okay. He's gonna try to invite you.
Yeah,
He says
yesterday
he's
was
trying.
Alan Hawkshaw's
I feel. Happy birthday to Alan Hawkshaw. He wrote this.
Yeah.
Well, let me bring this down before I tempt the wrath of the algorithm. Does he have maybe he has a Skype name? Do you need that? I don't know. We're trying, folks. I mean, I'd love to talk to Weedy, but I know he's going to have to go to bed soon. I mean, it's the same link. It should be working. It's just not working for him. Yeah, I think this is the Skype name. He says it's that. I think it's all of that. Yeah. It's all right. Well, yeah, we can hear Vibes. We just won't see him.
You can see me. You can't see me?
Well, no, we're just while he works on the Skype window trying to add Weedy. It's we have to take the visual down. There it is. I mean, that's got to be him, yeah. And let's see. All right, let's just see. Let's see. I'm optimistic. We're trying to make it work. Unavailable? No. Maybe that's not actually him. Try that whole. I know, but try that writing in that whole thing. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Yeah. All right, I'll let him know. Says, I mean, this is all thrilling, but we're trying to do it. We're calling. Oh well. You know what? Why don't we jack him? Why don't we get him in here? I don't see why not. Well, yeah. Yeah? Where? I don't need... Oh. That's in the case. The emergency Butz cast system. It lives in here. That's it, folks.
The magic briefcase.
It's in the case. What's in the case? What in the world is in the case? What you got in the case? That's when I knew Ludacris was a real talent, was because he rhymed case with case. And you can't really do that unless you've got like extra skills. I mean, what in the world is in that case? The emergency Butz cast system, by the way, has taken like a real step forward. It's officially going to be dual studio look on this show. Once again, I just want to thank Nikki for spending some time with us tonight. That was a really fun clip of the Nth Power. Old school Nth Power with Nige.
Nice.
Let's see. And then, put it up a little on the speaker so D-Vibes can hear. All right, we're just working it out. Colin. Oh, okay. Just, just give me the go-ahead and I'll dial him. We'll get it going on real quick. All right. So, everyone, thanks for sticking around, I love the aspect of this show is not there's no pressure. There cannot be pressure. It's like, what are we doing? Is there a time clock? It's like you have to keep moving with the pacing. Keep with the pacing. Crank it forward. here. All right, let's see. Gonna call him here. Yeah. Well, the volume is up. Yes, sir. Let's get him up. Weedy.
Yo, bro.
There he is.
What's
Yeah,
up,
man.
Weedy?
Me and my lady is up here trying to get everything together and send emails so everybody can be on accord for tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you've been working really hard today at setting this up. I can't even imagine the undertaking.
Oh, my God. You have no idea. Let me introduce you to a wonderful lady, Miss Talise Campbell, my better half.
Hello.
Man, who's this?
Hello, how are you?
Great. I'm so glad to be able to welcome you both to the show right now.
Oh, thank
and
you so
first,
much. We're
before
so happy to be here.
before another word gets said, Weedy, happy birthday to you, sir.
But thank you.
Yes.
I love you, brother. I saw your brother in, D.C.
Yeah. Yeah, he told me he was super psyched to be able to get to that show and was just so thrilled that, that.
You know, what tripped me out was when he told me who he was, he said, yeah, we don't look like we're brothers. I say, no, I didn't see that one coming. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a cool cat because, he works for the State Department. Now, I don't know how much you guys got to talk, but he lived in Africa for many years.
Yeah, he told me. You actually told me that first.
Right. Well, we got into it a little bit, but that's real. That is real. He knows that country really well.
Yeah, man. We were talking about.
Well, the continent.
He was in Bamako. He was in Zimbabwe and somewhere else, huh?
Yeah, he lived in Lesotho for several years, Tanzania for a couple, and Cameroon for a couple.
And Cameroon,
Yeah, so his first.
You went over for a festival.
Yeah, we went to, when I was visiting him. We went to what was it, Sauti? There's like a music festival on Zanzibar. It's Sauti de Zanzibar.
Mm-hmm.
It was a cool little festival, but I always like the thing that shows my naivete about like what goes on over there is that in my mind it's like when I walked off the plane I was expecting to be like greeted by like a Fela Kuti Afropop band, and I'm like when I got over there I realized that like there aren't any horn players. Where?
Man, it depends. It's funny. It depends on where you go in the era too, man. You got to realize. So basically, historically speaking, the era of horn players in Africa, it was 3 areas, like for real. That was really, and it involves my lineage.
Okay.
Ghana, actually 4 places, like maybe 5. Ghana, Nigeria, Congo, Senegal, and Mali. And in the 60s, the 50s, 60s, 70s, of course the 80s, but for heavy times of 50s, 60s, and 70s, horn players was gigging. It was a big sound coming out of West Africa. So if you listen to the old high life music that comes from out of Ghana, horn players they were basically blending the big band style with folkloric sounds. And music from a style of music called palm wine music. Palm wine music was the predecessor of high life music in Ghana. And before that, you have music called Oge, Bangogo, Kolomashi. Those was all the music that was the newer age music in the 50s that was folkloric music. And through that folkloric music, high life time came about. Basically, the word high life came about when cats wanted to live a high life. When, have a little drinking palm wine, drinking akbateshi, drinking all like gut bucket drinks, and then what happens? Folks want to live a high life. But that was during the era my dad was like a heavy time. From late 60s going to 70s, that's when you start really hearing the horn sound. My dad was a bad motherfucker. Okay, can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
It's my page. I declare. Yeah.
Because he was an amazing writer.
Yeah.
My father was an amazing writer and composer. So in the 60s and the 70s, my dad was influenced by big band sound and as well as the traditional West African folkloric music. And so his thing was mixing the two and finding the lost rhythm. There's a song, if you pull it up online, I know y'all can pull this up. Y'all can pull this up. If you look up Oscar Sule, matter of fact, have you ever seen the movie The Last King of Scotland?
Yes.
Okay, so my dad helped do the score for that, and there's a song that he wrote, a powerful song called Bokum Mashi, and that's spelled B-U-K-O-M, last name Mashi, M-A-S-H-I-E. It's a song that's about the town where my daddy grew up in Accra. Bokum Mashi. That's where all the boxers go. That's where the boxers train at. And Bokum.
Gotcha.
But if you listen to that song, you'll understand the predecessors of the Afrobeat sound and the big band sound in West Africa. That song says it all.
Gotcha.
So that's when you say, where was the horn players?
Yeah.
That was the era of the horn players.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Fela, you know, in Ghana in the 60s, 70s, even in Africa, Fela wasn't the shit until he left and created the sound. Folks didn't, because he wasn't a good horn player. Let's just keep it 100.
Right.
His horn playing sucked, but his arrangement was decent. But he knew the importance of the look, the unity of sound, and how to build a powerful blow. His thing was the more the better, the more it looked, and then romanticized looks of what African art was. And he was also talking about the systems that was happening. So he had a music with the message. My dad was just about the music, and that's why he was cutthroat about it. Because when Fela was in Europe, they call him Fela the most horrible music in the world. Till he came to America and he started learning the different music and went back to Nigeria. So that's when the big band sound in Nigeria happened for Afrobeat.
Gotcha. That's incredible. And this is like one of the main reasons why, I would really wanted to get behind what you're doing tomorrow. I mean, today, later this morning. I know, thanks for sticking, man. Getting the second segment in with us. But
man.
But I mean, I know that you are just such a detailed teacher. I've seen you teach rhythm before, and it's something that you don't want to miss. Now, I know that you closed registration. I saw a post you made just after midnight, but I've been telling people that if they mention my show and they really are serious about getting them in, that there's probably
if they
a way.
mention your show,
yes,
and they serious, and they want to take the class, they need to email me.
Right.
And then we're going to put them on the waiting list.
Okay.
And hopefully by the time all this going, the people that are really, really close, and they really be like, look, I'm going to pay for class right now. My name is this. Give me this. But I will tell you, between my class and Pedrito Martinez classes are at capacity finished. Everybody else can, Nikki, she can do maybe 3 to 4 more people, maybe.
Okay.
And everybody else maybe 2. And as well as Sput. Sput guy, I think, can do another 4.
Okay. I would want to be there, folks. I would want to be there, and maybe I will be there. Maybe I will jump in on that. I mean, that
well,
counts for me.
My God, man. We the only thing it takes us to talk about is our old wrestling days. I don't mean wrestling in 1995, 96. I'm talking about from 75 or 76.
Yes.
All the way to 91, 90, 91, 92. I'll stop there.
Yeah, because honestly, the funny thing is lately I've been rounding out my knowledge of that mid-90s period because I had tuned out at that point, and when I tuned back in, I was watching the NWO. So I was watching
and by that time, it was. You gotta realize, by that time when wrestling came in, it was. I wasn't a fan. NWO was all right, but you gotta realize we come up with the NWA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? NWA, National Wrestling Association.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
WCW came later.
Yeah.
AWA.
Yes. Because I was a fan of I would get those Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazines. And
we both did.
Yeah. And because of that.
Conventions and grandpas and all the little stores and Kmart and went to the magazine area and got all of those things.
And that's how you found out about guys like Dr. D, David Schultz, who used to kick Hulk Hogan's ass all up and down.
People don't want to believe that.
And they don't want to. But you know, Weedy, tonight, The Dark Side of the Ring is a show on Vice. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out because there's like
I gotta check that out, man.
you got to check out tonight. Tonight is the episode about what did I say? Who did I just bring up?
Oh,
Well, you can. Oh, right, we got the delay. Yeah, but yeah, no, tonight, right, I can even, I mean, look, if the brain fart can't outlast my ability to Google Dark Side of the Ring. Oh, Dr. D, David Schultz. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, Dr. D.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, it's his episode tonight where they talk about the slap heard around the world, how when he slapped like a reporter, it ended his career, basically. And you know what happened to him? Apparently, the teaser promo gets into it, is that he became like a very successful bounty hunter. He became Dog the Bounty Hunter, but in reality.
Well, I would say this, bro. I will say this. The wrestling, the entertainment of wrestling from now and those days, these younger generation cats, our generation, they would never understand. Well, this younger generation would never understand how amazing wrestling was at a time. They would never. They like it and they love it. But man, you gotta realize we had an episode where a man got bit by a fucking snake.
Macho Man Randy Savage and his pectoral
got bit by a fucking snake, and he was a prop man. He wasn't even wrestling.
Well,
until Jake the Snake called you yellow belly something.
Yeah, they couldn't get him to like stop
his
biting.
Ass down to the ring.
Yeah. Well, you know, Weedy, I got to tell you, the first time I ever saw wrestling was like you can't even imagine the pandemonium that like I clicked onto in that moment. That got me for life. I mean, the first time like I actually saw it, like I had heard about guys like Jimmy Snuka and stuff like that, so I knew about some stuff. But like I just flipped on to I was watching, looking for the cartoons. Like on a Saturday, or it went off, and then it was time, and then it started to play the wrestling. But I flipped onto it, and all of a sudden, in the middle of the ring, on his back, which like you could tell was just wrong, and somehow I had heard mention of who this guy was, but there was Andre the Giant on his back,
and that's when Hulk Hogan.
This was way before that. He was handcuffed to the ropes. Okay, and this was the moment when he was getting his head shaved by Big John Studd and Ken Patera.
That's right. I do remember that with Big.
We lost him. He remembers though. Wait, hold on. I'll call him back.
Please leave your message for.
The phone might have died, but yeah, that happened. So anyway, yeah. That was what happened before Jake the Snake, Ken Patera was out there. Junkyard Dog came into the ring and cleared the ring eventually. That's how that went. And then at the end of all that, I was hooked. It was as simple as that. I was like, what the hell did I just watch? Andre the Giant just got his head shaved by Ken Patera and Big John Studd. Bobby Heenan's jumping around like, who is this asshole? Who are these people? Like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. It was like Junkyard Dog comes in with a chain and is swinging it around, chasing these guys out of there. I don't know. That was it for me. I think Weedy's phone died. Because, I'll call him again. Let's see. Or else he would have texted me if he was having problems. But
please leave your...
Yeah, there it is. Well, Vibes, I don't know. Speaking of wrestling, we can get into, where do I stand with Jimmy Fallon? I got into this a little bit with Nikki. I was sort of like, I don't know how often, I need to make this about him, but, it's like I'm thinking about.
It always has to be there a little bit. Just even a snippet.
What was that?
I said we always have to throw him on the line, even if it's just like a tidbit.
Well, yeah, I got to throw him some shade because I was watching, someone sent me a link to that song from last night. And maybe, Lammy, you should look for that. It's like Jimmy Fallon sings a song about being depressed or something. Being what is he? He's cracking up or something. I'm cracking. I think I'm cracking. I think I'm cracking. Okay, and it's pathetic. All right, and it sounds like an Adam Sandler tune. It's like he's doing another impression, even though like he's not admitting it. It's like here's Jimmy with his Adam Sandler impression. All right, hold on. We're gonna play this. Yeah, just dump it right in there. You know, we'll give Weedy a chance to charge his phone. Who knows? Maybe we do. Maybe I'm hungry too. It's gonna be time to go. It's like 2 a.m. You know.
Yeah, man, I'm getting pretty hungry. It's like midnight here.
Yeah, you got any like snack plans over there, Vibes?
I got some Wingstop earlier that I didn't finish eating.
You know, it was my time. It was like all those. It was like keeping up with Vibes over at the draft is like what got me to be a vegetarian. True story.
Hey, man, but I don't play when it comes to wings. You know, it's like
more or less.
I believe in the food chain. You know, if I'm not gonna eat those chickens, some animal in the wild will eat those chickens.
That's the food chain.
Those fish,
if I don't eat it, somebody else will.
Like, think about it, man.
Oh, yeah. No, you can fire that up anytime. Me and D-Vibes will talk over it. We don't need to respect Fallon that much that we don't talk over him. Like, in fact, like give like don't even give him my whole shot. He doesn't deserve my whole shot.
Will I ever get my old life back? I don't need another snack. I'm just starting to crack.
Oh, yeah.
He's starting to crack.
Woke up, showered, brushed my teeth. I got dressed, had something to eat. Got undressed and took another shower.
Yeah,
see,
I think it's time.
It's time for him, right? It's time for me to come and get him, right?
Then I looked at TikTok for 7 hours.
Oh my God! Right? Isn't this the guy that you want to take down? You know, wasn't I right to like call him this? What is he doing right now? He's starting to crack. You suck.
Can't figure out my daughter's math.
Who's cracking? You're paid. You jerk.
I'm on my third glass of wine.
The third glass of wine? At least you can afford a glass of wine.
Called all my third cousins on the Zoom.
No, you didn't.
I
don't believe for a second he called his third cousins on the Zoom. They called him at least. Yeah.
Stare at the wall like I'm in a trance. Put on a t-shirt and I wore it like pants.
Oh, yeah? You
totally
did?
Works.
Dude, Adam Sandler would have written a way better song than this. Right?
T-shirt sleeves.
This is silly. Oh, yeah. Starting to flip. Oh, yeah. See, now it's interesting. Lammy's doctoring the footage, right? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Feel the evil this way.
I just thought milk rhymed with crack.
Dude, I'm starting to crack listening to your damn song.
Milk, quack, I'm starting to
Milk. Get him out of here. All right, yeah. Oh, my God. Boo. Oh, my God. Meanwhile, you know what I want? Yeah, wait. I think I'll just do it myself. I meant to do this. See, there's always like pre-production meetings. We didn't really get that pre-production time, Lammy. You know, and I had something for you. I had something. I had the clip that I posted earlier of Clubber Lang training, because that's basically how I feel right now about this Jimmy Fallon fella. But yeah, here it is. This is like this. I mean, this will get you the audio of how I feel. This is me. I'm coming for you, Jimmy. Sing that song about cracking. Meanwhile, I'm over here. Pain. Okay, I'm over here. like Mr. T in Rocky 3, getting ready for it. This is my reality. All right, that's basically what I'm dealing with. I feel like it's not even fun if you can't see it. So, maybe we'll do that. I mean, we're moving a little slowly, but we get it done. I think we lost Weedy, just straight up. But we, like that's basically what happens. That's basically what happens. Well, we talk about wrestling until, everyone else. All right, here we go. Let me find this clip, and I'm going to send it to Lammy so you can all watch that, because I feel like we should have that clip running on a loop in the corner of the screen, like small, like it should be there. But where is it? Why can't I find it right now on YouTube? Actually, but I know that I posted it. I'll get it off my page because I just need to have. I just need it. I need it. I gotta have it. I gotta has it. I gotta has it. Here we go. Here we go. If I tag you in it, Lammy, then you'll see it, right? Yeah, but you're logged into me. Or maybe I can share it with you to your messenger. You can do that? Is that really gonna do it? All right. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm still going. I think I sent you something. Yeah. That's the link to that. Yeah! Ha! That's what I want. Yeah, we can. Yes. This is my daily reality. I mean, I don't actually exercise, but this is what goes on in my head. Yeah. So you can start that over again. I want to see that, like. Yeah, I mean, you don't have. Yes, thank you. This is what it is. There's nothing else. There's nothing else that goes on in my brain, Jimmy Fallon, but this. Every time I hear your name, this is what happens to me. Okay? This is where I go. Prediction for the fight? Pain. Why? You're cracking up. Right? He's not ready for this. Vibes? Yeah, I hear him. Sorry, that was just a little outburst. Well, that outburst didn't necessarily get us to Weedy. It did not.
I wish you.
All right. Well, I think
Right.
your signal is as bad as I've heard it. Quite frankly, D Vibes. So I'm actually just gonna jump out here. Yeah, Vibes, love you. Your conversation is coming in 1 second at a time, and I'm getting 1 second of what you're saying every 5 seconds. So based on that, I'm going to check out from the Skype there.
Oh no.
And that's that. And that's the end of the show, folks. 1 second. Yeah, it's probably from the Xbox. He's gobbling up his bandwidth with the Xbox. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the end of the Butz Show for tonight. I want to thank my guests, Nikki Glaspie and Weedy Brima. He's got it's his birthday. He's got a drum festival that he's organized with some of the best to do it. We didn't really get him to break down the list, but the list is there. You heard the man say that if you mention this show and you email him, he'll let you in. They got a few spots for Nikki, a few spots for Sput, a few spots for Sput. I said that. Sputs for Spot. Spot, I don't know. I'm doing the best I can. So I would recommend doing that because, and in general, get familiar with Weedy, because if you ever had a percussive urge to cultivate, he is the master of masters. And he will, and not only is he a master of the rhythm, but he's a master as a teacher and can really educate you, not just in the rhythm, but in everything that the history behind the rhythm. And if you're learning these rhythms, you'll understand that this is what it's all about. Okay, it's more than just notes. Every rhythm has a legacy and a story, and people who that represent that beat. And this is some heavy shit. And I would honestly check it out tomorrow. So there's a link. I've posted it. I'll continue to share it. But you can find Weedy through his Facebook page, and we can do that. So, I know I gave you something to play for later. Well, let's see. Maybe we can play some of the Q3. Might as well. How about... you want to throw up Pretzel Logic, just the beginning of the last one that we did? Or how about... No, why don't we do an individual one? Why don't we do, like, Deacon Blues? Oh, we didn't do Deacon Blues. I meant to say Do It Again. The individually sliced up Do It Again. All right, well, we got time. Yeah, I can keep sending it up. I think you can find them in an email you send me. That might be, like, the easiest way to target them if you can't find them there. Oh, yeah. 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 Oh, I have a new drive. That's right. We're coming up in this world. All of this stuff has been bounced and stored in the new drive. That was necessary. Oh, I owe you for that, actually. Let's not forget that. Hey, that's it. All right. Oh, I'm holding on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, okay, so I think we're ready. I have a band here we put together. It's like when you're a keyboard player who sings tunes and you're quarantined with a bass player and a drummer, it's like maybe you should play some tunes. So we got our act together. We learned a few Steely Dan tunes, and here's one of them. So this is a version we did of Do It Again. This is the Q3. And enjoy, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Oh, yeah. In the morning you go gunning for the man who stole your water, and you fight till he is done, but they catch you at the border, and the mornings are singing as they drag you by your feet, but the hangman isn't hanging as they put you on the street. Yeah, you go back, Jack, do it again. Wheels turning round and round. You go back, Jack, do it again. When you know she's no hot climber, then you find your only friend. No room when you're too tired, and you're sure you're near the end. And you love a little wild one, and she brings brings you only sorrow. In the time you know she's smiling, you'll be on your knees tomorrow. Yeah, you go back, Jack, do it again. Wheels turning round and round. You go back, Jack, do it again. Now you swear you're kicking beggars, that you're not a gambling man. You find you back in Vegas with a handle in your hand. Your black cards can make you money, so you hide them when you're able. In the land of milk and honey, you must put them on the table. Yeah, you go back, Jack, do it again. Wheels turning round and round. You go back, Jack, do it again.
was fun. It got really hot.
Happy trails.